All right, folks. Hello, hello, hello. And thank you for joining me again on another episode of Cooking with A La Arvy. And I'm continuing on with my unique meals and interesting meals. My meal for today is going to be herbal collared pruned potatoes. You heard me correctly. Herbal collared pruned potatoes. All right, so I'm going to show you what I'm doing from the start to the finish. And so you get to decide whether you want to try it for yourself. All right, let's go on and get to the next step. First step, I'm gonna add obviously some of my herbs, my frozen herbs. I'm gonna add some of that. Since I'm gonna cut 2 potatoes, no, that should be enough because I'm gonna have some collards. So that's enough of my my herbs. Next up, some collards. Okay, that should be good. And yes. I'm going to be using some prunes. So I'm going to cut a few of these. I'm going to dice a few of these up and add it to my mixture. The prunes are all cut up. And then I'm going to just add them here. And then from there, I'm going to get them all mixed and show you what's next. We're going to spray this pan in preparation for the potatoes. Okay, I'm going to make myself 2 of these potatoes. So first things first is I'm going to cut this in half. And then I'm going to cut some out of the middle, you'll see, and add it to here. So I'll show you that in a minute. I've cut them in half. And yes, I keep the skin on because that's where the most nutrition is. The most nutritious part of this potato is in the skin. So that's why I leave my skin on and I eat the skin. Yes, I do. So I'm going to cut circles in the middle here and put the inside of that into this mixture, and then I'll put the base into here. I'll show you. I start by making a circle with the knife all the way down, so it's a big chunk in there, and then I'm gonna take the knife to cut it up some more, and then I'm gonna use a spoon to scoop it out. All right, so as you can see, the potato is intact, and I dug a nice deep hole in there and put the shreddings in here, okay? And then I'm gonna just rest this here while I do the other 3. But also in the meantime, I'm going to preheat the oven to 350. Actually 375. Okay? Okay, so I've already cut out these things here. And of course, you know, potato oxidizes if you don't get to it soon enough. So it's starting to get oxidized in the middle here. So I got to get to it quickly. Anyway, but this is what this looks like. I'm about to mix this up. But before I do that, I'm going to spray the back of this and around this with this. So just a little bit here, and then you got to do in the back as well. Okay, so just a little bit here. Okay, now I'm gonna turn them back over and get it ready for this mixture here. And I'm not using any of my A La Arvy seasoning. I'm doing it all natural, hence why I'm doing different flavors like the prune. And I'm about to put a little bit of coconut oil in here so that it can help everything, you know, mesh together well when I mix it up, okay? All right, so I'm gonna show you what's next. Up, time to start putting them in here. All right, so as you can see, I've filled these. So now one last thing to do. We have the coconut oil in there, so I'm not gonna spray the tops anymore. There's a sufficient enough moisture in there. I'm going to cover it with foil paper and put it in the oven for about 45 minutes. Voila! In the oven it goes, in the center rack on the bottom. All right, so I'm going to let that do that. And you see I have some left over here. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with this. All right, so I'm going to turn this front stove here on medium high. I'm going to add this to this pot. All right, so I'm wait for this to start heating up. And then I'm going to cook it, make sure those potatoes and all that stuff's cooked. And I'm going to show you the purpose of having this little extra left over when I'm ready to plate. That's sizzling. Nice, nice, nice. Let's see here. I'm going to add just a little bit of water. Just a little. A little bit on this side as well. All right, I'm going to cover it back. All right, so this one is finished. You can see it looking a little bit all caramelized a little bit. So all right, so just waiting now for the potatoes to be finished, and then you'll see what I do during my plating process. All right, so it's finished cooking. So 45 minutes, actually there are 3 minutes left on that 45 minutes, but it's cooked already. So now I'm just gonna let it brown a little bit in that 3 minutes, and then I'll show you what I'll do next. All right, it's time to take these out. I didn't want them to brown too much because I still want them to be moist and nice. So I'm gonna take these out now. And I'm gonna show you what comes next. So I'm gonna take out, I'm just gonna eat 2 of these tonight. So I'm gonna take 2 of them. Okay, I've plated it. Well, I'm not done plating it yet, but so I'm gonna add this, cut them up and add it on the top, and then I'll show you what's next. All right, the potatoes have the basil on it. Next is to put this on this plate. All right, this is the finished product, y'all. Check it out. So my final name for this is Herbal Collard Pruned Stuffed Baked Potatoes. Oh, look at that. Oh, that looks so nice. And the good thing is, I have 2 extra for tomorrow's dinner.
Long time we don't know, we have to stop acting like we're in a show, carrying malice and contention everywhere we go. Knock your brethren down so you could keep him low. Is this acceptable to God? The answer is no.
All right, folks, it's time to wrap it on up and get to eating my dinner. So I'm all finished, and as you've seen in the previous video, the previous screen of the plated item or the plated meal, it's a go for me. So, and I just trust that the flavor is going to be what it needs to be because the smell is just absolutely scrumptious. And I didn't use any seasonings at all other than the herbal and the natural seasonings and the oils from last night's meal. If you paid attention or saw my other session, you saw that the flavoring from all of the ingredients combined made it just absolutely scrumptious without even using any seasoning. So tonight, I know it's gonna do the same. And especially added a little bit of extra little ingredients in there to get a certain type of flavor that I wanna have. So anyway, if you do try it, let me know how it came out for you, what you think about it. In the meantime, you have a very blessed rest of your day or evening or morning, whatever time zone this may find you in. Until next time, I'm going to eat. Sparkles out.
When you're about to face trial.